2014 Chrysler 200. Got an issue where it's smoking real bad. And I forgot to record disassembly, but the assembly is more of the hard part. We got a bunch of parts we're putting on here. Got a valve cover gasket. We'll change the air filter. Place the PCV hose. Doing spark plugs. The oil filter. PCV valve. I think we're going to start by cleaning up the valve cover gasket mating surface, getting all this old RTV off, and just cleaning this up through here. There's a few different scrapers here, and a hard plastic scraper. I'm going to try to use this for most of it. Got a razor blade scraper to try to get that RTV off. I'm just trying not to dig into it. Alright, got the mating surface all cleaned up. Hit it with the scraper, and I came back through with a rag. And I took a little piece of Scotch-Brite and shined it on up. It's ready for the gasket now. Alright, next we're gonna take this valve cover, get it all cleaned up, get the old gasket off and the tube seals off. And we got the old valve cover gasket off. It's just brittle. It's tore all apart. Got the new ones getting ready to go on after we clean it up. There's the new valve cover gasket and tube seals. Part number is that right there. Getting it all cleaned up. Got the new gaskets on there. Go ahead and put the RTV on the head here between the timing cover right here and there. Alright, got the RTV on. Getting ready to throw the cover on now. Alright, got all the valve cover bolts tightened down. I'm going to come back through and torque them. And we're going to change the PCV valve here, which we think is the whole issue of why the car was smoking. It was sucking oil into the intake.
But yeah, I would do that.
Alright, we got the valve cover all torqued down, and we're gonna go ahead and replace this PCV valve. Alright, we got the PCV valve installed, and we're gonna go ahead and gap and install spark plugs, and then clean the intake surface down here. A little dirty and oily. Alright, we're getting ready to install the new spark plugs. They came pre-gapped. Here's a look at the old ones. So you can tell they're in desperate need of spark plugs in here. Got the spark plug installed. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the coil on there. Alright, we got the spark plugs and coils are installed. And we're gonna go to cleaning the intake manifold mating surface here. Get the mating surface all cleaned up. Just a very fine roll-lock pad on a right angle die grinder and wiped it down. Now we're going to start reinstalling the intake manifold. There, we got the intake manifold back in place, and there's 3 bolts, one through there, one through there, one through here, and then there's 2 nuts on the outside that hold it in. Alright, we got the intake manifold installed, the injectors hooked back up, the new PCV valve installed, and the PCV line, all the cam sensors connected, and we're going to work on getting the throttle body in, new air filter in. We're going to go ahead and clean this throttle body before we reinstall it. All that oil being sucked up, that bad PCV valve, and that oil pooled in there. Right, we got the intake all reinstalled, throttle body all reinstalled, the snorkel, all the connectors, new air filter. We're ready to change the oil and get her out of here. Right, she starts up, and everything reinstalled. And we're gonna go ahead and change the oil filter. We're gonna get that filter off now. We got these Work Pro oil filter wrench. The last person to change the oil really cranked that filter down. Alright, we got the old oil drained out, old filter off, new filter on, oil plug back in. Throw the new oil in. Get the new oil in. Cut it on and let it run for a minute and check it. Alright, starts running good right now. We're gonna check the fuel trim on it. Before we did anything, we were running really lean on our long-term trim. Pretty sure due to that broken PCV valve. We're gonna go in here and check, no codes. Got our live data. Yeah, okay, there's our short term. 0 on the long term. Close to 0 on the short term. Look good there. Check the O2 sensor. Alright. Running good, idling good, sounds good. No more heavy smoke from the exhaust. I think that's gonna do it. So it's a broken PCV valve sucking oil into the intake. And that's what's causing the smoke. And the valve cover gasket was real dry and brittle. I think that's gonna do it.